solid hit for a solid thought. What started out as just a passion for boxing soon became a movement.
The Streets Movement organisation, yeah, we represent people from the street, by the street, or anyone on the street. So ultimately it's all of us.
Streets Combat Academy isn't just your average gym. It's a revolution sweeping through far north Queensland. Founder and director Jesse Martin used the idea as a stepping stone to not only get his own life back on track, but to help steer at-risk youth towards a better path.
One day, I don't know, I got into a bit of an argument with my father. I don't know how, we always seem to get into arguments about everything, but he just basically turned to me and said, well, you know, what have you done for people? What have you done for anyone in life? You know, you can sit here and cry about this, or you can get out and go and do something for the world, you know. And I thought, you know what, you're right, you know, what have I done? So next day I went out and started an organisation, and yeah, and then here we are today.
Alongside lifetime friend Fred Mundraby, the two have worked together to create a place to give back.
We grew up around the boxing. You know, boxing's helped us, and you know, as Jesse said before, the Eora man, he said that you know this is our way of giving back to the community. You know, but it's also expanded. You know, as we were going along, we've learned our life skills, not through just through boxing, but you know, being amongst the elders and having a yarn to them. So, you know, as Jesse said, we're giving back. You know, in this sort of form, sports, you know.
The Streets Movement has been described as a platform to grow and to better oneself. And from all walks of life, members are not only kids from the streets who are victimised by today's issues like crimes and substance abuse, but also travellers from abroad who too aspire for that sense of belonging. And it's not only lessons in the ring they offer, but a place of refuge and nurture.
Yeah, we teach them not just to box, but you know, be strong, both mentally, just as much as physically. You know, it's a tough world out there, and what we try to do is, you know, play the smart big brother role. You know, get them in here. Some of the kids that come in here and the youths that come in here, you know, they had a big day, and you know, some of them are down, some of them are bouncing around. But it's just a matter of getting them in here, getting them in instructions, having a chat. You know, getting them to follow instructions, sitting them, having a chat to them, just, you know, trying to pass on our knowledge. And, you know, we've all been through some sort of tough stages, and there's a fair few of us in here, you know, all the other boys in here, so we sort of just tag team them and try and get inside their minds and get them thinking straight again, so they can, you know, face the world knowing that they've got, you know, us to come and have a chat here at Streets Organisation.
Since the organisation began in 2007, Jesse has seen up to 2,000 kids walk through his doors. With demand for their services growing every day and with little financial support, meeting the needs of the community is a daily challenge. And what stemmed from a government grant, most of the movement's funding comes in from the community itself.
Financial is definitely a major one. Dealing with politicians is always very, very hard. I mean, one day you've got support, and the next day, you know, the government could change, or the man might change his mind. I mean, there's been countless cases. We've gone out, we've done all the hard yards, we've done the work, but in the end, they just turn around and say, sorry mate, you know, we can't help you no more. There's no explanation, there's no reason, but you just got to roll with the punches, you know. I mean, I could well and truly, I could sit back and blame the government and say, oh no, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, but in the end, you know, it's up to me to get up. You know, if I don't get out and make that difference today, it's like, well, who will, you know? If I'm not here for these kids, then I just feel like I've let them down. I've got to keep going. If I'm any sort of a decent role model for the youth amongst these boys, especially young, you know, a young Indigenous mob, you know, because we got, I think it's probably about 70% of our class is Indigenous, and like I said, we don't discriminate. I don't care where you come from. I think that solidarity and bringing it all together, all communities and all peoples, really, it makes this place a lot stronger anyway. We do free youth classes during the week. We all youth from the community. That's what we set it up for initially anyway. Like adults pay just a donation of what they can, just so the kids have always got a place to go. They can come in off the street. I mean, that's the main thing. I'd rather see them use that if they got a lot of anger or aggression or anything like that. I'd rather see them use it here, use it in the boxing ring, rather than going out hitting some poor bloke in the street.
A role model a motivator and inspiration. With a philosophy of fight today for a better tomorrow, the Streets movement is hoping that tomorrow will always come for this fighter.
The people who work here, they're not here because we're not going to make a lot of money, we're not going to make profit. We're here because we just simply want to see it. We want to be the change we want to see in the world.